Hello and welcome back everybody to our Burton Albion England DNA series. It is time for the Premier League. We have got Norwich, Southampton and Newcastle in today's episode. So we get to play our first three Premier League games and it's, wow. If you can win the first game, you can likely maybe draw one of those next two games. 4 points would be great. If you lose the first game, you can end up having maybe 1 or 0 points in the first three games and not even the toughest games in general. So I don't want to put too much pressure on it, but that first match is probably quite important, isn't it? It's probably quite important that we get the three points. So we'll see. In terms of your team, it's going to be the best team I could put out. So Brendan Hughes is out suspended. So I thought the best team to get in. So if we say the first team is this, generally, it's going to be close to that, right? The next best player on the bench, at least in the general area of position, is Tom Kiernan. So to get Tom Kiernan into the team properly, it would likely be moving Benim to wing back. Kwame goes through, Tom Kiernan goes in, and maybe a bit of that and a bit of that. So I think that's the best thing we can do in trying to get the best team on the pitch. There's going to be a lot more of that this season. There was a lot of that last season as well, where we'd be a bit more flexible about who plays where to try and get the best team on the pitch. Because they're all put on these training regimes to become all-rounded players, right? They need to be able to play slightly out of position from time to time. And yeah, I think it's the right way to go. And I think in terms of the system, I don't think we can change the system after what happened last season. But we're going to find out if it's going to work or not. And it all comes down to this. First game of the season against Norwich City. Here we go. There's a couple of things to show you maybe in terms of staff. Hang on, let me show you quickly this as well. So we brought in Elliot Woolmer as a fitness coach, as well as a sports scientist, Pete Shaw as a physio, Danny Campbell as a sports scientist, Tyrone Jones as a recruitment analyst, Ramsey as a loan manager, really just to fill the slots so that we can make sure that we can make ourselves a category, the highest category of academy possible in case we drop out of that. Sports scientist up. Under 21 goalkeeping coach Rob Birch, he comes in to replace Charlie Andrew, so he's got more determination than Charlie Andrew. He's a better goalkeeping coach and he's got better personalities. That's like a positive in every which way. And a couple of extra staff members there. So that's your update in terms of staff. That's it, though. And here we go. Assistant manager says, make voice a home advantage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can stress enough just how important this first game is. Like, I feel like we need to win it. And it sounds stupid. It really, really does. But I think we do need to win this. Because we've got 2 games away that in a good run, you could potentially get points from them. In a bad run, they could be losing games. But we don't want to have played all these matches close together, like these first 2 matches with no points, knowing that we've still got City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, Newcastle, everybody else to come, right? So, anyway, corner for Burton, it's headed away. They're going to get to it first, and they're going to try and counter us. We get so easily, though. Hudson gets back to it. If Hudson's catching up, you've got a problem, because he is very, very slow. Gets out to little 5'3" Benim now. He's had a growth spurt. Kwame gets the ball on the wing, plays it across goal. It's going to go back for a corner. Throw in for Norwich. We had it away from their throw. They get the second phase corner. They go behind that guy. I thought was offside, to be honest. They go through. They nearly get a goal from it. It stays 0-0. Giannis wins it. Plays it to Tom Kiernan. Out to Helder, left-hand side. Plays back to Kwame. Kwame, he nearly gets through. He gets blocked. Andrew in to Benim, who skins his man. He has options. Mitchell King with overlap. Or underlap even. Oxby. Oh, the keeper saved it. And the highlight's going to continue here, by the way. But a little underlap there from Mitchell King, which was quite nice and rare to see, even as a wide centre-back support. Benim absolutely goes through the player. Has no problem with that. Kwame gets it on the right-hand side, plays it across goal to Kiernan, heads it towards goal. It's just over the bar. Corner, potentially a chance for us to get a goal. Benim takes it, whips it into the box, headed towards goal, and it's in. Kyle Andrew gets the first goal in the Premier League for Burton Albion. That is 1-0, and we've got a chance here. Yeah, let's watch it again. Let's watch the very first goal in the series in the Premier League. Again, whipped in corner, Kyle Andrew gets it. We don't score that many from corners, so that's good to see. 1-0. I have to think we'll say just keep it going. We play out from the back. Andrew gets on it, the goal scorer. Travels with it, plays it wide now to Helder, who's got not really anything on just yet. He switches it, or he tries to. It does get there, actually. Kwame's in. Is he going to score? It's a bad angle. Tom Kiernan. It was a chance. Just the way the highlight started, I never thought it was really going to be a goal highlight. But then when he played it across score, I thought maybe, but unfortunately not for us. Goalkeeper collects the ball. He's going to roll this out nice and easily to Mitchell King, who's going to travel with it and play. I mean, he could have kept going, really, but Helder gets it anyway. That's fine. Plays into Tom Kiernan. Tom Kiernan takes a touch back. Plays it across to Oxby. Is he onside? Oh, it's 2-0. I wasn't sure if Kwame was offside. He looked close. He looked really close to being offside. Let's watch this again in 3D. Let's watch this again. So Helder plays it in behind here to Tom Kiernan. And, okay, it's the far side defender playing him onside. That's 2-0. I was a bit hesitant. I thought I'd be given offside, but it's not. It's 2-0. Benim throws it to Mitchell King. By the way, let's not get carried away thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy season to stay up. It's not. This is probably the easiest game they could have given us, really, or one of. A home game against a definite fellow relegation battle, of course. So, yeah, we've got a bit fortunate in that sense. Really fortunate, actually. So, like, if we'd have played, like, I don't know, a City away and got beat 3-0 first game, we could easily have gone on a massive losing streak. But as it turns out, we're going to at least get the first game of the season with a win, I think, as we go close again. The other thing to think about as well, we're going to have a lot of gap between games now. Rather than playing 46 league matches, we're only going to have 38, which is quite a big drop. And also, I don't think we'll get too much further in the Cups. So there'll be a lot more time for training sessions to be in. So we'll be having to play matches or having to rest players for, like, the day after matches and that kind of stuff. So, pretty good thing for us, really. Yeah, because of that aspect to it, I think that if we can get ourselves points early, we'll be okay because the players will improve. They'll have a lot of time to get through these intense training schedules and have a big gap between matches. It's more of a case of if we got off to a bad start, would that have hindered us in terms of like not being able to play enough matches to get back in rhythm, like having a couple of defeats in a row, having to wait 7 days for another game, then 7 days for another game, trying to get a game every few days. Like, you know, in the Championship, if you play 4 games close together, even a losing streak, you've got a good chance of winning one in those 4. Whereas in the Premier League, 4 matches might take you over a month, and that's quite a long time to be losing. Kwame into Tom Kiernan goes through, should have probably scored. And that's going to end the game. We're going to finish 2-0 winners against Norwich. That's a really good start to the Premier League. And yeah, mellowed celebrations from us all. Let's not get carried away, just because I just think that in a season where we were to go down in the Premier League, we might have beaten Norwich at home anyway. Like, if we were to get 35 points to go down, if you looked where we got our 35 points, quite likely Norwich at home would have been one of those wins, right? Anyway, so that's my thinking. That's the way that I sort of look at it, that we could easily go down with that result still, right? So let's not get carried away. But it's a good start. It is a really good start, don't get me wrong. But we'll see more in the next game and the game after that, how we're actually really doing. So let's go and play Southampton away next in a few days' time. Then we've got Newcastle as well. So I'll see you in a few days to Southampton game and see how we get on. Here we go then, game 2 of the Premier League season. Let's see how we get on against Southampton away. Have they got in their first match? I'm assuming they won as well, because they've only got, so they're in 5th, yeah, or 6th now. Okay, so yeah, they won their first game as well. Let's see how we get on. I mean, obviously a win is a great result. A draw is a good result, but even if we were to lose, it depends how we lose, right? Whether we just get battered or we're able to compete in the game. Well, they got the quickest yellow card I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It was in the first minute, and I don't even know how many seconds that was in, but it flashed up immediately. I don't know if he I just chatted some shit to the ref as soon as they kicked off or something. I don't know, but it was very fast. Benim gets it, plays it behind to Hudson, goes through, plays it across goal. Surely, Oxby, yes, there's 1-0. I can't believe the start we're having. Burton Albion score. It is 1-0 in 2 minutes. So Oxby makes a run. I think it's Oxby makes a run in behind and then gets back on side. Watch Oxby here. You see how he stops? Look at that. He sort of went forwards, was caught in line with the defender, stopped and went again. 1-0. Howder the free kick towards the far post. Mitchell King's headed away. I don't know why we didn't engage that. It's still 3 versus 1. I mean, he's got not much support right now. I mean, I'm actually worried about how this is going to end up because, yeah, he had no support there. Oh, my goodness, that was close. Howder goes inside, travels with it, loses the ball. They clear it to that side. Yeah, you just think Howder's going to start doing that a lot more because he's obviously... He's a wing-back that's playing against players of similar attributes in the Championship. Now he's by far slower, less agile than most players he's running into now, and that's a bit of a drop. And there you go, it's cost us, and it's 1-1. So that one's going to play out from the back. No highlights happening quite a while in the match. The last highlight was the goal, actually. And Hudson wins it off the player. Benim into Giannis, into Mitchell King to Benim. Plays back into Hudson. In behind, doesn't quite get to where we want it to go to. Giannis picked it back up there. Tom Kiernan's onside, goes through. And he scores it! It's 2-1. Come on! Here we go. What a pass. What a first touch. And what a finish by Tom. What a goal. Beautiful football here. Managed to win it back high at the pitch. And Giannis, look at this little pass. Look at that. Beautiful. What a touch. What a finish. That is 2-1. Okay, hold up. Right before half time, we flick it into no man's land. Their keeper's going to... Oh, my goodness me. It was nearly calamitous. And they're going to go long. Can we get to the second ball is the question. We're going to lose the... Oh, yes. Well done, Howder. Good. Okay, so we got to it. We got to it in the end. Kyle Andrew, time and space. Travels with it some more. Plays a great pass into Tom Kiernan, who's got an overload. Oxby's through. He doesn't miss these very often. Oh, there's something he does. On his left, I guess. He does... When I say he doesn't miss those often, it's more on the other side when he's on his right. But we'll say... Things are going well, I think. We'll just say that to the boys. I don't want to say don't get complacent to them when they've actually done really well away from home against what could be a good side this year. We don't really know. Southampton could be a really good side at this point. Or they could be a relegation battler. It's hard to tell when you're this far in. Kwame gets it, plays it into Benim, who's got time and space. Not going to score from this highlight. He doesn't, hits it over the bar. Tom Kinnon's a bit tired. I'm going to take him off. I want Dylan Wilson as a straight swap. He picked up a knock in the first half before he scored, Tom Kinnon. What I'm thinking of doing with Benim is making the switch at wing-back and then putting Lee Burley as the left CDM. Again, trying to get our better players on the pitch at the same time if we can. Corner, Dylan Wilson whips it in towards the near post, headed towards goal, just over the bar. Right, Kwame's playing pretty poorly in this game. Oxby drops to the 10 role, and then we can put John King for his first Premier League appearance up front. Bit of freshness up front to run around and press. Okay, it's getting late into the game. We go to our defensive tactic. So DM support, quick mark support, time wasted up, counter-attack goes off, and he goes to defend duty and see if the boys can hold it out. If we concede one, I'll just leave it as it is, and we'll take the draw if we have to, but obviously we'd like to take the win. Helder with a throw to Oxby, back to Helder. He's onside, back into Hudson. Brilliant combination play. John King, oh, he's at the post. He's at the post there, that was close. We're into deep added time. Are we going to be able to pull this off? We've got a corner, 1 minute left, seconds left, and there you have it. Back-to-back wins in the Premier League. I'm a bit shocked about this. I thought we had a chance of winning the first game. We had a chance because it was Norwich at home. I mean, back-to-back wins, steady on. I'm absolutely certain about this, right? That at some point in this season, we're going to go on a long winless run because we're going to get beat by, maybe like Tottenham away, City at home. We're gonna lose a load of chunk games in a row. It could even be like this spell here where you play Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Tottenham all in a row there. We could go December and pick up basically no points. So that's why this is even more important to get these points now. I guess the one positive thing is we don't play a top side for quite a while away. Now, this is a big thing, but I want everybody to remember this point of the series because let's just say this season we end up staying comfortably, and then everybody assumes we're just going to continue this season in, season out. Our team's only going to improve a minuscule amount from the training, not obviously bringing any players in. They're only going to improve from the training. Now, in the next 4 years, at any point, we can have our worst season. It may not be this season, it could be next season, right? Because we're only going to improve a tiny bit. But if we were to start next season, have to play Man City away, Arsenal home, Chelsea away first 3 games, we're going to go bang, most likely 0 points. And then let's say we get a Norwich away, we lose that. We've lost now away to Norwich, a game that we could have won. And then all of a sudden, you're 10 games in, you've got maybe 2 points on the table, and you're in deep trouble. Even though you played all the tough sides, you're so out of form, when you play the other sides that's supposed to be bad, you then struggle there. So the fixture list is going to be dictating how well we do for the first 4 seasons. So I think what's important for me in particular, but I guess everybody watching as well, is let's not take... this time next season, if we end up having a really bad start, let's not start looking for scapegoats as the reasons to why things aren't working. It might just be the fixture list is more difficult in the way that it's turned out, and we're not really a team that should be able to survive. The team we've got shouldn't be able to survive this Premier League, but we can if things go our way. If things don't go our way, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. And yes, maybe we do have to change the tactic if we end up in a season where we start badly and we need to change something. But I guess my overall point is just that the next season we could finish on less points and further down the table, that really being like a step backwards. We actually had 2 seasons where we just got a bit more fortunate in one season than the other because we were able to get a good start. And yeah, just making people aware that for us in Foot Manager, in this exact kind of save, in this context, who we get at the very first few games of the season will dictate a lot on how well I think we're going to do until we're able to get that next level of players into the team, until we get another Oxby or somebody to that nature. So just thought I'd bring that up now. But I'll see you in a few days when we play against Newcastle for the 3rd game of the season. And to be honest, even if we lose, it's been a good episode. If we can draw, it's been unreal. If we win, it's been perfection. Okay, here we go then. Newcastle away. What can we do against them here? I mean, it's ridiculous because I think that if we were to get... if we win this game, we could win the next game, and we could win the next league game after that, which would just bring in all sorts of possibilities. So let's see what happens. But you never know. We could get smashed in this game and given our comeback down to earth match. But we'll see. System manager says nobody expects us to get a result, which is true. Yeah, we're just coming to that point of the FM, I guess, save where real players are starting to completely die out. You don't get many real players left in starting 11s at this level anymore. I mean, we could end the episode top of the league. Can you imagine that? That would be hilarious. I mean, we're getting battered, to be fair, both in terms of shots, bit of XG, and in possession. First, I like Newcastle. They're going to play through the back 3. They're going to play it across goal eventually, I assume. Here it comes now. And keep it collected. This could be a highlight for anybody then, I guess. Do you dare dream? Do you believe? Mitchell King. Time and space into Kwame, into Hudson, into Giannis. Are they the wrong way around? They shouldn't be. No, they're fine. No, they're fine. Helder, Kiernan, Tom Kiernan. Tom Kiernan to Oxby, surely. He's got to go Oxby, hasn't it? Give it Oxby. Hudson! Oh, it's 1-0! Burton Albion! What is going on in this save? What is going on in this save? It's 1-0 Burton Albion against the Moneybags of Newcastle. I can't believe what's happening. The little youth academy team, no signings, England DNA, 1-0 up at Newcastle. Can we 3 wins from 3? I mean, this guy's borderline offside, to be fair. That was close. Right, instant highlight after the goal. Torrance is going to dribble and play into Giannis. Back into Torrance. Back in here, please. Okay, I thought we should go back to the middle centre-back, but Oxby's in. Oxby. See, if he'd have taken a touch like that last chance I talked about in the last game, you'd have scored that. Torrance throws it to Carl Andrew. He's got a lot of time. Plays it, wow. I don't know who he's aimed for, but it's gone to Kwame. Into Oxby. He's onside. And the keeper saved it. He was onside as well. That was a chance. Okay, half-time we'll say things are going well again. Third time in a row we'll say that. Newcastle with the throw. They're going to build their attack. Beneem's on a 6.3, so he could be on my list to come off, I guess. And, well, I'm assuming that Brendan Hughes was still out, actually. He is. Okay, good. I thought I forgot to put him in for a second. Brendan Hughes is still suspended, by the way. So, yeah, he wasn't available for this game. But we're back for the next one in any case, which would be good. Although I don't know who to take out because Tom Kinnan's not only scored, but played really well in every game so far. Maybe Beneem could come up. Beneem, we need to play Beneem. We need him to develop right. So, judgment call that. I mean, Hudson could come out. He scored in this game, though, as well. So, I don't know. My gut feeling is Hudson comes out, and then we put Hughes back in as the central fielder. But, yeah, Beneem's dropped to a 6.2 now in this game. Let's do the same change. Let's bring on Burley on the left-hand side. See how he gets on up there. Okay, Carl Andrew into Mitchell King. Plays into Hudson. Into Tom Kiernan, who's got players on the outside and the inside. Kwame plays it through to Oxby, who's onside. Isn't going to get there, but Lee Burley's going to get to that. Oxby back to Lee Burley, the sub. Gives it away. Newcastle spring the counter, but they lose the ball. Helder plays it into Kwame. Well, he should have played it into Kwame. He didn't, but he should have. Still goes on the right-hand side. Far post. Oh, Oxby scores! It's 2! It's 2-0! Burton Albion are going to finish today's episode top of the league. This is unbelievable stuff. I mean, it's a definite error by the goalkeeper. Let's not pat ourselves on the back too much here. However, it's a goal for Burton Albion. We'll take it. 2-0. We are the only team that have won 3 out of 3. Now, Man City haven't played 3 matches yet, but that doesn't matter. That was it. That would have been game over. Corner for Newcastle. Whipped in. Headed towards goal. So over the bar. Okay, so Helder's a bit tired. I could take him off and bring on Lockwood. I think we'll probably do that. And then Tom Kiernan off and Dylan Wilson on. Try and keep a bit of freshness in the squads. Like, Southampton are beating Liverpool at home, so they're a good side, obviously. The only game they've lost is to us. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Burton Albion in their youth academy only, Football Manager Series with the England DNA training schedule are top of the league. They're top of the Premier League. Now, okay, if Tottenham win their game in hand, and if Manchester City or Villa were to win their 2 games in hand, they'd also go top of the league on 9 points. So let's put that disclaimer in there. But as of right this second, Burton Albion are top of the Premier League. 3 wins from 3 matches. I thought we had a chance to get maybe 4 points because of the Norwich game being first. That could have been a 3, and they just need 1 draw from those 2. To get 3 wins from 3 is incredible. One slight thing I've got to throw in, and sorry to bring the disappointment into the episode a little bit. We only scored 2 goals in each game, and I could see very, very clearly a match where we conceded a goal and we struggled to score throughout the rest of the game. But, so we could end up with quite similar stories to the Championship years. But you know what? If we have 5 years in the Premier League where we're consistently not going down and we're having the same type of seasons, that should be fine because not only should we get good players during that time, the club should make so much money that that'll never be a problem ever again. Like, what's the finances right now? 4 million profit. We're going to end the season with 25 million in the bank. So, I mean, what a position to put the club in. And we'll just upgrade everything as we go. I'm still not a legend, by the way, which is a bit disappointing. I'm not even favoured personnel. What the fuck? That's not great, is it? But there we are. Okay, that is going to conclude the episode. What a start. Now, I'm actually quite ill today. I wanted to make sure I recorded the episode because I wanted to see how we'd get on. I just couldn't wait any longer. I was like, if I feel better tomorrow, I could record it. No, I need to record it now. Because I want to see what happens. I'll try and power through. Hopefully I manage to power through okay. And then also I get to play a bit off camera and see what we can come back. Where should we come back? I don't want to jump too far, especially after that kind of start. So, okay then. So next episode, we are going to play. I think we're going to play. Let's come back quite early because we finally got to the Premier League. Let's watch the boys go through these matches. And I'll sort of want you to be on the journey with me as we go. So let's play Tottenham, Fulham, and Wolves in those games there. Now, because we've got a lot less league matches, we could probably go for the cup slightly more. So what we'll say those 3 matches, it'll definitely be Tottenham. Maybe one of these 2 matches come out and get replaced by a cup game if we get to, say, the later rounds. But let's plan for that and let's just see how the fixtures go. But let's say roughly we'll go with that. And then after that, it'll likely be like, I don't know, Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham, skip out the Palace game and do a mid-season review after that. I think that looks the best. So, because I don't want you to miss this run early on, really. So we'll do that. Let's go with that. Let's go with Tottenham and 2 other matches. Let's see how they all fall with the cup games if we were to get through this one, of course. But that is going to do the episode. All I can say is thank you so much for watching the episode and for supporting the series all the way through. I hope you're enjoying it. I definitely am loving this series, and I'll see you all, of course, next time.